This video is brought to you by Gladiator Concealment. Link in the description box below.
Hey guys, it's Ryan. Gonna do a little mini holster review today. Here I got the Bravo Concealment DOS holster. This has been my primary EDC for since probably 2014, I think. This is the older model of the DOS. I don't know that it had been out very long when I got it. But if you're not familiar with Bravo Concealment, they make really good stuff. Some of the wait times, some of the lead times, like a lot of the custom Codex guys, they're, it might take you a little while to get the holster, but I believe these, a lot of these will quick ship now, especially if you've got something like a Glock 19. But anyway, just go through a little how I carry this and some of the features that I like about it. I carry strong side pretty much right at the 3 o'clock range. So the DOS holster, really works for me because I kind of like that minimalist style. And a lot of holsters that you'll see are running that 0.08 inch Codex. And one of the things I like about this DOS is that they're able to use this the smaller, thinner, I believe it's a 0.06 inch Codex. But the quality on the holster is still really nice. You still get a lot of good retention, and obviously this is it's still holding up pretty good for going on 3 years of use. So that's really why I haven't replaced it with anything new. Is that I've really been happy with this. Just check it out here. I mean, you got pretty good bit of retention there. It locks in real nice. It doesn't have that same kind of click that some of the other holsters have, but that's a lot due to this the pancake style that they use on these holsters. The clips on the Bravo Concealment DOS, if you've never used Bravo Concealment, they've got some of the better clips that you're going to find on a Codex holster. I know a lot of guys don't like the clips. They don't trust them, but I've never had any problems running these clips. I mean, they stay in place. They're pretty snug on there. As you can see, I've got this slightly canted with these clips. That's not really to give the gun, a much forward cant. That just kind of, moves the grip of the gun a little bit up from my waistline. One of the things that the DOS is kind of known for, it's kind of evident in the name, the drop out of sight is what that stands for, the DOS. But it sits really low in the pants. And, a lot of guys will run this appendix, but strong side kind of same idea is that it sits really low on your waistband. It gets you that kind of tucks that gun away, and that's one of the things I really like about it. The price point on these things are. I think they run about $70. Like I said, you can get a quick ship if you carry a common gun, kind of like the Glock 19. So you'll get that a little quicker. And I mentioned earlier this is actually one of the older models. They do have a newer model out now that has some different eyelets on the back of the holster. And what that's going to allow you to do is they have some newer style clips, and you're going to be able to get a lot of cant and adjustment out of these clips, where these are kind of static, and the only way that you're going to get this holster to cant is to run it with one screw on either side, and then you're kind of stuck, tensioning that screw down to make sure that these don't move from where you had them. And that's not hard to do. It comes with these rubber spacers in here that help you get a lot of tension on those screws. But the newer style just gives you a lot more options, and you can actually run 2 screws in each one of these clips, kind of secure them down exactly to the angle and the depth that you want. And and if I'm not mistaken, they're actually coming out with a I guess like a third generation of the DOS, where they're actually moving this clip off to one side to kind of tuck that gun a little more into your body. Kind of a similar idea to some of the holsters that run a claw on the side. And so that's something that I'm looking forward to checking out, and possibly a purchase in the near future. All right, guys, just showing a little close up on this DOS holster. One of the things about Bravo Concealment you're going to see is you get a real good fit and finish when you buy one of their holsters. So one of the things you take for granted a lot on holsters is kind of the finishing work that goes into finishing up the holster after they mold it, and all of these edges are nice and polished. Something that's going to make a big difference when you're carrying long hours all day. These sides aren't going to dig into you or really kind of get that bite into your side that you'll see with some holsters, and that just makes a big difference. And it's a small touch that that not everybody does. It's kind of got this pancake flow through design, and that gives it some flexibility, and makes it kind of real comfortable to carry, real easy to get the gun in and out of. But like I said, it does have that retention that you're going to want. The sweat guard on this is something else that I like that I didn't mention earlier. I'm not a big fan of the full length sweat guard, and as you're going to see with this, when you put the gun in there, it doesn't come all the way up like you're going to see with some holsters. This is, I think they just call that the kind of the half sweat guard, and that's going to keep your any kind of sweat or from it being up against your body from kind of getting on the gun, and kind of getting any rust or anything on there. But it's like I said, it's not going to dig into your side, and a lot of times on holsters they'll come up real high. And that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, is that it'll kind of dig into my side, and this makes it real comfortable, but also covers all the things that you're going to need to have covered to keep it safe. But the eyelets on this holster, like I said, they're it's real good quality. The screws go in there nice and tight. They don't back out, although that is something that you're going to want to constantly check on your holsters, is that the screws are tight. This is a set retention holster, so the retention is set in this trigger guard, and it stays that way. You can tighten it up, put some extra retention on it if you want, or relieve some of that tension with a heat gun or a hair dryer. But I've never had to do it. I think it's pretty rare that you would need to. I guess maybe if it's a personal preference thing. But there's not going to be a retention screw or anything on here that you're going to have to adjust. You can see that the trigger guard comes up real nice and high. So if you do have that undercut on your trigger guard, you're not going to have an issue running into the holster. You're going to be able to get that full grip on the gun. And, that's going to be pretty important to a lot of people. All right, guys. Well, that's all I've got for this today. Like always, just remember to like, share, subscribe. Links to their social media is going to be listed in the video description below. I believe also we're going to put a link to the Bravo Concealment website and the DOS holster in the description. If you got any questions, just feel free to ask them in the comment section. And that's all I got. Appreciate it.